The city lights blurred past as the young man clutched a worn backpack, his only possession. His pockets were almost empty, his stomach hollow, but his mind, it was on fire with impossible dreams. Everyone around him said he was crazy, a fool chasing fantasies too big for the real world. But one day, the same world that laughed at him would line up to witness his vision become reality. Elon was born in Pretoria, South Africa, in 1971. From a young age, he wasn't like other kids. While others played outside, Elon sat in his small room building rockets out of cardboard and soldering together electronic circuits. He was quiet, almost painfully shy, but inside his head lived universes of ideas. At 12, he created his first video game and sold it for $500. It wasn't just about the money. It was proof to him that even a boy from a distant corner of the world could create something of value. But his home life was far from perfect. After his parents divorced, Elon lived mostly with his father, a strict man whose words could cut deeper than any blade. School wasn't much kinder. Bullies targeted him relentlessly. One day, they beat him so badly that he was hospitalized. Yet instead of giving up, he buried himself in books. Reading up to 10 hours a day, he devoured science fiction, engineering manuals, and biographies of inventors. Deep down, he believed that his purpose was bigger than his pain. In his late teens, Elon left South Africa with a single dream: to make it in America, the land where human imagination could take flight. But when he arrived in Canada as a stepping stone to the US, reality hit hard. He had no money, no connections, no safety net. Took whatever jobs he could find, shoveling dirt in a boiler room, cleaning floors at a lumber mill, even dressing in a heavy protective suit to clean a filthy boiler at a grain factory. Still, he studied. Still, he dreamed. By the mid-90s, Elon finally made it to the United States to attend the University of Pennsylvania. There, he survived by living on $1 a day, buying hot dogs and oranges in bulk. "You can survive," he later said, "if you're willing to be hungry for your dreams." After college, he moved to Silicon Valley, the beating heart of technology. But Silicon Valley was ruthless. Investors ignored him. Friends told him to get a real job. Even his first startup, Zip2, was rejected over and over. He worked so hard that he often slept on the office floor, showering at the local gym. The pressure, the rejection, and the uncertainty were crushing. He could have gone home. He could have taken an easier path, but he didn't. The breakthrough came in 1999. After years of relentless work, Elon sold Zip2 for $307 million. For the first time, he had real money. But instead of retiring, he saw a bigger horizon. What's the point of life, he thought, if you don't try to make it better for humanity? He invested in XCOM, an online payment company that would later become PayPal. This venture, too, was filled with battles, hostile takeovers, leadership disputes, near bankruptcy. But PayPal eventually sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Elon's share made him wealthy beyond anything he'd imagined. Now, most people would stop there, not Elon. He realized money was just a tool, and he wanted to build the future. With his fortune, Elon launched SpaceX in 2002. People laughed at him, literally. A private company competing with NASA? Impossible. They called him reckless, arrogant, delusional. The first rocket failed. The second rocket failed. The third rocket failed. By then, SpaceX was bleeding money. His other company, Tesla, was also on the verge of collapse. He had a choice: save one company and let the other die, or risk everything on both. He poured his last remaining millions into them. There were nights when he lay awake, staring at the ceiling, wondering if he had just destroyed his life. Then came the fourth launch. If it failed, SpaceX would be finished. On September 28, 2008, Falcon 1 lifted off from a small island in the Pacific. The tension was unbearable. And then, success. That single launch changed everything. NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract. Tesla secured funding. The climb had begun. Today, Elon Musk leads companies that are redefining industries. Tesla in electric cars, SpaceX in space travel, Neuralink in brain-computer interfaces, The Boring Company in tunneling technology. It's worth billions, but his real wealth lies in his audacity to dream. From sleeping in a small office to launching rockets that can land themselves. From being told it's impossible to making the impossible happen, Elon proved that the only limits that exist are the ones we accept. This isn't just Elon Musk's story. It's a reminder that life will test you, break you, and push you to the edge. But if you hold on, if you keep moving forward even when every voice says quit, you can turn a lifetime of setbacks into a legacy of victories. Remember, greatness isn't born from comfort. It's forged in the fires of rejection, failure, and relentless effort. Never give up, because your next step might be the one that changes everything. Thank you for listening to this story. If it inspired you, share it with someone who needs to hear it today. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video, because we have many more stories to keep you motivated in chasing your dreams.